Welcome everyone to ChessWhiz TV episode 294. Today is August 27th, 2016. Before we go any further, I must tell you ChessWhiz is taking a hiatus from August 27th to September 27th. There's a gap between episodes. So next episode is going to be a month away. I'm taking a month-long break from ChessWhiz TV, so I'm going to miss you during this month. But let's get started. We're playing episode 294 right now. It's going to be classical chess. And lucky for us, there's actually a tournament going on right now called the Weekly Classical Arena. So let's just play in that. Classical simply means slow. And it's supposed to mean like really slow, but in this case it just means like 10 minutes per side, which is not that slow. But it'll give us a chance to think about our moves, so that'll be good. There's actually 400 people in this tournament right now, if you count all the people who have withdrawn. I have 0 points, and I'm like 281st place out of 400, so I'm doing pretty well already. So clearly not everyone has actually finished a game yet. But if you do want to join this tournament, you can join it right now if you're watching live. I'm waiting for a game. You would think after joining a 290-person tournament, you'd have an opponent. There we go. There's our opponent. So let's play some classical chess. E4, my favorite starting move. Let's go with the center counter. This is kind of his choice at this point, but I probably should have berserked, but then it's not very classical, is it? Oh, I'm in check. So I have to block this check. I could offer a queen trade, block with the knight, block with the bishop. This is clearly the worst because it blocks in my bishop. If I block with the queen, I'm going to block with the bishop. The reason is I don't want to trade queens right now. I'm the white player, which means I move first. I got the advantage. Trading queens, that diminishes my advantage. Plus, his queen is blocking this pawn, and I want to keep it that way. He's actually super tangled up right now. Thank you, Rondep, for joining us. I see you in the chat there. It's actually quite significant that Rondep is here because he was just a moment ago watching Zug Addict's stream, and he switched over, which I appreciate. Of course, Zug Addict's a great stream too. I wouldn't blame him if he didn't, but it's nice to have him here. So he's castle queen side, I'm castle king side. What that should tell you, your brain right here should be like, storm the pawns. It's your job right now is to storm the pawns. So my moves are going to be like this. Hopefully to just checkmate him with a pawn. That's always satisfying. Meanwhile, he wants to open this side of the board up. So maybe I shouldn't have put my bishop here because that allowed him to play h6 with a tempo, which means time. Tempo means time, but what I mean is like a tempo means time, but in chess, tempo means a move, kind of. So like with a tempo means with the move because the opponent has to respond to it. If you play the game Go, which is a great game, look at that, I got a tempo on that move also. Then you would recognize the word sente, which actually has a very, very similar meaning. It's like the initiative. In Go, sente means if you make a forcing move or your opponent has to respond. I think I'll just move this back. And then he has to respond, and then you can go play in another area of the board. And chess has that as well. Like he plays this. This is a move in sente, which means my bishop has to respond, either take the knight or move back. I can't just leave it there and lose the bishop. So it's in sente. And if he were not to make a threatening move, like this is sente right here, because I have to respond and recapture. Like a non-threatening move, like maybe this, that would be called gote. And it's a Japanese word. It means that was stupid. Now I can do whatever I want, as opposed to having to respond. So sente and gote are opposites, and they don't mean anything in chess, but they should. After I learned to play Go, I was about 14, 15. I was like, these are great words. We should add them to chess. No one ever did, but I think it would have been good. I think I'll move my queen up. I need to guard this pawn. I could just push the pawn. Nope, that would be bad. Hey, he can still take. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the problems. I got problems here. Actually, there's problems. Like, and stuff, Okay, there's not problems. So here, attacking the bishop twice, I capture him back, and then wham, he takes the bishop. The problem, of course, is that I would then checkmate him with my bishop here. So he noticed that, apparently. I'll move his sente also. Hello to Max VMW. Sorry, VMV. Max VMV. That's actually a cool series of letters, VMV. If you don't know why, let me explain that to you. I'll open my favorite computer game, notepad.exe. Now do you see why it's cool? It's like It's like your face is a giant mustache, and then you're going like this. Like VV, these are the V's, and then the M is your face. Now, you don't usually use an M to represent your face, but that's why Max VMV is cool. He's one of the few people who would actually represent his face with an M. So I appreciate that. I think I'll push here. This is starting to look really good for me because I've got this open file against this king. I've got a lot of space in the center. He's a bit behind in his work. Max, have you followed? I don't think you followed the Twitch channel. I think you should do that. So this looks pretty good. Or even this. I mean, I've got a discovered attack on his queen. And then my knight can do awesome things. I mean, that looks a little weak maybe if I go like this. And I also want to put my queen here and go like that. Oh, it's just going to be so much fun. I wish he had more kings. I would checkmate all of them. I'll go this way simply so I can take this pawn. Because I don't even see how he's going to protect this pawn and his queen at the same time. You remember those old computers that came with games on them? Once upon a time, Windows 95 came with Solitaire. And then was it Windows NT that had Hearts on it? I don't think 95 had Hearts. I think Hearts came later. Man, I have played a lot of Hearts because it came on Windows. And you could play a game of Hearts very, very fast. It's a card game where you've got your hand of cards, right? And there's 3 opponents. But all 3 opponents are computers. So if you actually sit down to play Hearts with actual cards, it is so slow. Because after you play, you're like, oh, great, it's a human. And the human is like, oh, what should I do? I guess I'll play this 7 of diamonds. Like, stupid play. Humans do that. They make mistakes, right? And okay, so like this human right here just walked into this fork. And then the next guy has to take his turn. And it's like multiple seconds before it's your turn again. When you play Hearts against the computer on Windows, whatever version it came with, Windows NT perhaps, Windows Millennium Edition, XP had Hearts as well. Then you play your card, it's gone, and then it's your turn again. You play another card, it's gone. You could shoot the moon in 10 seconds flat. Oh, he resigns, perfect. I just need to go until my opponent resigns, apparently. That was the way to play with computers. And then, I think it was Windows XP, it came out with another game way better than Hearts. It was called Space Cadet Pinball. You ever played that? Yes. Everyone has played it. If they know what a computer is. I played me some Space Cadet Pinball. You know, there's that shoot off on the left, where if you hit it just right with your left flipper, I think I'm gonna berserk. Why not? Let's play some French defense. So if you hit it just right, the ball's coming down the ramp to your left flipper, you could flip it straight into that thing. They would make it come down and do it again. And so you could actually do the same thing over and over and over if you were really, really precise. Of course, I wasn't precise enough to do that every time, but I love getting into that loop where you're just getting points over and over. I'm not really sure why I like that now, because if I think about it, I was consuming my life. Like I was getting closer to my own death while scoring these points, which were really just electrons inside a device sitting in front of me. It wasn't even internet connected, so it's not like other people who are consuming their lives could observe my amazing Space Cadet pinball skills. It was a self-contained unit of pointlessness. I realize now. At the time, I was like, whoa, this is super important. I mean, my points number, it's my score, as they call it here in the United States, it's getting bigger. This is fantastic, right? It's like, what did I score? Maybe 2 million? I don't know, or 2,000? I got points, man. A lot of them. And now that I've lived a longer life, I realize that was completely pointless. Pardon the pun. Those points have not served me well. I think maybe I should play my knight this way. Ah! I can't click, but I'm still thinking maybe I should do that. I've got this move. Maybe. I've got this move. This bishop is not in the right spot. This bishop here. Yeah, let's play this way. I could even... Yeah, he's trying to make his bishop do something. I could take this. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I just like those Space Cadet pinball points. Let's put the knight here and annoy him. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Think about it. It doesn't matter. So many of the things that you're obsessing about in your life right now don't matter. It just doesn't. Like take this chess game, for example. You want to know if this chess game matters? You don't. You don't want to know because it doesn't, and you wish it did. You're like, oh, this is important, and this is really important right now. I'm playing this chess game. It's important that I win. That's what you wish. That's like in a reality that's not this reality, your dream reality, this chess game matters. You wish. It doesn't. It's kind of depressing. That's why you wish it. You're like, I wish my life mattered more. I wish this chess game mattered more. Your life could matter, but not the chess game. It's incapable of mattering. There's another meaning for the word matter. I'm going to hopefully expand the utility of my pieces here. Matter is simply anything, right? Like molecules and atoms, like things you can see. This chess game isn't even matter. It's not made of anything. It's just an idea. I wonder if I could sacrifice my immaterial bishop for these electrons over here. I could check him if I did that. Seems worth it. So I check him like this, and then I take this. And then I come in with my queen. I easily pick up that knight. This is starting to look spicy. I think I'm just going to do it and then calculate. Does this work? I hope it does. I just did it. That was cool. Oh, that was pretty cool right there. So now I'm going to take this. In the worst case, I pick my knight up again. I think it's going to be fantastic. Synchron, there's a word in the chat I'm still trying to pronounce here. Synchronicity. I think we need to define that thing. Define synchronicity. Synchronicity. D. Whenever there's a line over, that's a long vowel sound. Like if there's an I with a line over, that's I. And if there's an A with a line over, that's A. And this is E, by the way. This is like nicity. If you're super lazy, you get this sound like synchronicity. That's how you pronounce that. Did I just lose a piece? That seems like a free rook. I wonder if I should check him just for fun and then take his rook. Seems like I should. I'm going to, because if he takes like this, he could block the check that way. And I maybe wouldn't even pick up that knight for free. So let's see what it means. It means the simultaneous occurrence of events, simultaneous events, occurrences significantly related but have no discernible causal connection. I don't understand those words, man. I mean, that could be in French and I wouldn't even care. That's pointless. Meaningless. Everything is meaningless, says the teacher. Ironically, that means the teacher is meaningless. I wonder if he considered that. So this looks good. Let's see how much I'm winning by. I have 2 rooks and he has 1. Okay, so I have a greater quantity of rooks. Knights, I have fewer knights, as you can see. He's ahead by 1 knight, but bishops are tied. Queens are tied. Kings, let's see. We have about the same number of kings. Let's check the pawns now. I have 7 pawns. He has like 6. Okay, so I've got an extra pawn. I got an extra rook. He's got an extra knight. I'm ahead by 3. That's fantastic. That's a lot. Oh, this is great. Just gonna win this game now. I think I'll play there. There's nothing to be afraid of here, right? No, nothing to be afraid of. I like being ahead. Feels good. Do you guys know why winning is better than losing? It's very counterintuitive because losing makes you better than winning does. If you don't believe me, you should try an experiment. Have 2 children. That's the first part of the experiment. Wait till they grow up into adults. Now you have some test subjects. Actually, you have to test while they're still kids, otherwise it's illegal. So here's what you do. You make one of them always win, and then the other one always lose. So for example, you could have one of them play against Stockfish constantly on level 8. That's like tough to beat. And the other one could play against me. That one would always win, by the way, just to help keep that straight. And you'll find that the one that always wins does not improve nearly as fast as the one that always loses. But you're going to have to take my word for that, because I don't think you're going to have 2 kids. Not if you just continue sitting in front of your computer watching me. If you are having 2 kids while watching me, I think you need to see a psychologist. That's not what you should be doing while having 2 kids. Anyway, it's counterintuitive because after you're better, all you can do with your betterness is win. I suppose you could teach lessons. That'd be good. Like, I really want to get super good at chess so I can tell other people how to be super good at chess. Does that seem like kind of circular? Circular. I get that confused with nuclear. Does that seem kind of circular? That the point of chess is chess? It's kind of true, though. But the point of losing is so you can win later. But what's the point of winning? I don't know. That's why I always lose. It's much better. Get right to the point and just lose. So I'll trade you, I think. Nah. I'll quadruple up on this file. Max asks if I can talk briefly about pawn storms. With white, you suggested just pushing a pawn. Is it that easy? It feels like it gets locked out when I do that. If your pawn gets blocked and you're trying to pawn storm, Max, you're not doing it right. Or, stated another way, you're doing it wrong. What you need to do is use enough pawns so that it's impossible for them to be blocked. Like, let's take this pawn, for example. Look at that. It's blocked, right? The problem is we're not taking enough pawns. Look at that. I can move that one and that one. I can move that one, right? So you simply need to involve more pawns. If one pawn is blocked, involve more. And if that's blocked, and just continue involving pawns until they're not blocked. That's the way to pawn storm. That's why it's called a storm. It's not like a pawn drizzle. You don't just move one pawn up and be like, oh, I'm blocked. I resign. No, that's not how you do it. Someone's telling me that I could have taken a rook, or someone could have taken a rook. Oh, ha ha ha, great move, ChessWhiz. Rook e4, brilliancy. You blundered a rook in one move. So as you can see now, he can take that for free. This pin means I cannot recapture because it would leave me in check. So that was not a brilliant move. I was actually being facetious, which is the only word in the English language with all vowels in their proper order. F-A-C-E-T-I-O-U-S. Isn't that fantastic? The things you learn on ChessWhiz TV. I was being facetious. It's going to be hard for him to keep this pawn. I guess he could offer me something. Like, please, if you don't take that pawn, I'll give you 20 bucks. That would preserve the pawn. That's probably the only thing. And it would have to be bitcoins, too. Otherwise, it wouldn't be transmitted over the internet properly. Would he fax me a picture of a $20 bill? I don't think so. He probably doesn't have a fax machine. Hey, look, I can repeat the position 3 times and get a draw. Eh, not right now. I don't know why we're doing this. It seems that I have already won this game. Why doesn't he just resign? That's a good pre-move, isn't it? I mean, if he pushes his pawn, I will instantly take it. And if he doesn't, I won't. It's a safe pre-move. It's actually pretty smart when you're way down on time to like pre-move past the pawn like that. Because opponents will be tricky. And they'll make weird, dumb moves like moving their pawn. So if it becomes legal, it becomes good. I recommend it. I think he's going to be just checkmated here. I'm going to try to just checkmate him. Try this move. See how it goes. Oh, thank you. Saved me a lot of time. for those new chess players, that move is called checkmate. You might think you should try to do that move, checkmate, when you're playing chess, but it's not true. It's an illusion. In chess, you should not try to win. You should try to control the board. Like, take this position here right now. Like, I'm going to play this move, okay? So my next move, if I want to win, I would be like, hi, I'm taking all your things, right? Because the more you take, the less he has, and pretty soon you'll just win. That's not a good strategy. Instead, you should be patient. If you control the board, you will win. The reason is, the enemy king is on the board. It's actually illegal for him to lift his king off the board and put it somewhere else. That's against the rules. They didn't even write that in the rule book. I mean, I did not find it's like section 411.2, you may not move your king off the board. It doesn't even say that. However, notwithstanding, which is a pretty cool word, you can't do it. So if you're controlling the board, you're controlling everything. That's why you want to control the board. So like this move right here. This is not a checkmating move unless they make an amendment that allows knights to move in this fashion. This is just a normal move that's controlling the board. See what I mean? Controlling the board, especially the middle, like the middle part. That's the super most important part. Like consider this knight, right? If it's right here, look what it's controlling. 1, 2 squares. 2 squares. 2. That's not very many. I mean, there's 64, so that's like 1/32 of the board, not very much. But a knight in the middle controls, watch this. You know why I'm going to do this? Because it makes a beautiful shape. It attacks all of these squares. I call this the Flower Knight of Happy Doom. I just made that name up. I hope you can't tell. See that? 8 squares. That is 4 times more effective. So you want to control the middle. That's the point. And then you just wait. I mean, when you're controlling the whole board, eventually he'll be like, no, and then he resigns. That's how you win. I mean, if you watch the Grandmasters play, the Grandmasters, the world's best chess players, do you see them checkmating their opponents? Almost never. You see them resigning. Or their opponents resign, right? Because they're like, no, I did that already. They're like, I give up. You control the board. That's the point. It's not about checkmate. That's an illusion. I like my bishop, so I moved it. I didn't want him to take my bishop. That'd be a bummer. Let's play this. He's trying to, so I'm gonna. Okay. So, a castle? Well, this looks tempting, but it's really not smart. I wonder if it's smart. No, not smart anymore. There's a reason not to play that move. I'll just castle. The quicker I can get my king out of the way, the quicker I can get my rooks to these center files. I have a feeling he's going to try to play d4 because he's got both his knights on that. It's not a, whoa. Okay, that's not a good idea. That's just crazy. Play the bishop here. That's a tough choice with the bishop. Let's just put it here. The rook should go along the back rank to the best file available to them, not up. And this is something that once you're experienced, see, this guy's not very experienced. He's only played 165 blitz games. 905. He's played 905 chess games. Slow chess games. And 165 kind of slow chess games. And he comes up with rook a4. The problem is rooks are super valuable. You don't be like, I'm trading my rook for your bishop. That's a bad trade. Or for your pawn. That's a worse trade. Because the rook is so valuable, you don't want to trade it. This is why I haven't moved my queen yet. She's so good, I'm not using her. She's like, oh yes, I'm putting you in my vase of queens. And I'm just going to look at you for a while. I only have one queen in the vase of queens. But when you come up to the middle, it could become under attack by some lowly bishop. For example, like now if this knight moves, it's under attack. So that's why you don't do that. I mean, you see super beginners who are like, I'm going to invent a new chess opening. I'll move this pawn 2 squares, and then this rook 2 squares, and then the bishop just takes it, right? The reason it's not coming out like that is because it just comes under attack a bunch. And that's why we don't move our queens out in the opening either. So I think that's actually kind of sad that he's played over 1,000 games altogether and coming up with rook a4, which is a bad move. Okay, he did play d4 as I suspected. So this is super good position for me. He spent 2 moves on this, which is a waste of time. His king is in the middle of the board, which is bad. Mine's off to the side, right? His should be over here, right? So now the center's going to open up, and he's going to be checkmated. What I mean to say is the center's going to open up, and I'm going to control the board. Watch me control it. So right now I have how many attackers on this pawn? That'd be 2 attackers. And he has, let's count the defenders. Okay, we're done. So that's going to be a problem for that pawn. Now let's consider his king. Checkmate. Yeah, we've got problems here. If we're him. But I don't think we're him. I think we're me. So I'm tempted to take this. Yeah, let's do it. Blundermaster is in the chat. That's interesting. I have a feeling that some great streamer has stopped streaming. Yeah, there was a third streamer there, wasn't there? Who were you watching before me, Blundermaster? Because I think you just switched over. I've never even heard of you before. And all of a sudden you're like blundering my chat. That's kind of strange. Usually the way I get the most new viewers is to wait till someone awesome streams, and then when they're almost done, then I stream. And then those guys are like, oh, this awesome person stopped streaming. What should I do? I guess I'll watch ChessWhiz. Wait, isn't that a food? And then all of a sudden they're in my chat. That's how it works. ChessWhiz is not a food, by the way. It's made of plastic. You know those mac and cheese packages that there's cardboard on the outside, but what you don't know is that there's cardboard on the inside too, because the macaroni is made of cardboard. Okay, this looks bad for him. Maybe this, maybe just taking a piece. Why not? Why not? Yeah, that cheese, the powdered orange cheese in the Kraft macaroni and cheese boxes is actually powdered plastic. The only reason you can't tell is because they add flavoring. They're like, guys, they're telling it's plastic. No problem, we'll just add more flavoring. Mix it up, powder it up, put it in the box. Somebody's going to buy it because they ate it growing up, so they're still going to eat it. Oh yeah, it was Agent JL, that's who it was. He's pretty cool. You should look him up, Agent JL. He's younger than I am, but he's better at chess. I actually beat him the one time I played him. Isn't that right? Let's take a look. Players? Agent JL. We have nothing else to do. What's Agent JL's name? I have to type the letter J, that's why this is so hard. Agent JJ? What's Agent JL's username? Because it's not Agent JJ. I'll ask. I can't type the letter JA. Do you want to know why? It's because I use... Oh, it's my turn, never mind. Colmac. This is my keyboard layout, right here. So all the super nice keys are here under my fingers, which is great. But J is super in the corner. I'm just like stabbing the T and Y keys, trying to find the J, because I never have to type J, pretty much. It's almost obsolete as a letter, so I don't worry about it. So I'm being told that it's yeah boy agent. Yeah. Yeah boy agent. There he is. Okay. Did I just lose my queen? Okay, I just lost my queen. That's pretty embarrassing. And this is super dangerous now. There's an open file against my king. We should... we should not take guarded pawns with our queens. We should not do that. This is why people watch ChessWhiz TV. There's some, I mean, this is a slow chess game. Like, why are you even watching this? Because there's some streamers who are actually like good at chess or something. And when they go on there and they play chess, you're like, whoa, that was a good move. And you learn from that, right? And there's other chess streamers who put their videos on YouTube, so you could watch their videos. So if you actually want to get better at chess, you should watch them. Because here on ChessWhiz TV, what we do is we demonstrate what you should not do. So for example, in this position, You should not take this pawn. Watch what happens if you take it. You see that? That's bad. Actually, the reason you're watching ChessWhiz TV instead of some random grandmaster, like Grandmaster Larry Evans, he's pretty random, is it's for the relationship. It's you and me, and I don't even know you. What are you doing? If this guy keeps blundering, I can actually win. I think if I take this way, I lose my bishop, so I'll take this way. It's you and me, as I was saying. I was slightly distracted. Yeah, can you imagine me proposing for marriage? I'd be like, will you please... Oh, hold on, I got a text. Marry me. It's kind of bad. I'm not very good at proposing. I do it very rarely. Actually, for that reason, it's embarrassing. I try to minimize the number of marriage proposals I make in a year. Try to keep it down, you know. Too many, it's bad for your health. Because of all those no's. Slightly depressing. So he has all his queens and rooks, but I have all my bishops, so it's about even. Yeah, it seems about even. Anyway, as I was saying, it's you and me. It's you and me. This move. I still plan to win this game. I think he's going to run out of time. If you don't believe me, that's your problem. I have to make the perfect move here. Queen against a bishop. I think he's going to take that pawn, but I can't count on it. I'm not kidding, though. I never do, of course. But it really is the relationship. If you look back on the YouTube channel, you're going to see hundreds of episodes where I pour out my heart like a pitcher of heart. Ooh. Where I'm just like, I'm passionately explaining the meaning of life. And if you watch a random grandmaster, he's just going to be playing chess. It's like, what would I rather do? Hear about the important space cadet pinballs of the world or chess? Yeah, I was so bad. Queen takes f3 might have been the losing move that game. I think we only have time for one more game. Last game, guys. It's an extra long episode. Do you want to know why? Because I'm going on a hiatus. Check the website. ChessWhiz.tv. If you go to the calendar, you're like, wait, there's no episodes there, and there's no episodes there, and there's no episodes there, or there, or there, or there, or there. Oh, I am taking a short break. This is not a joke. The next episode will be a month from now, so that's why I'm giving you an extra long episode today. I'm taking a break. I'm going to miss you. You're going to have to watch Grandmaster Larry Evans while I'm gone, I think. It's not as good, though. It's not as good. He doesn't play moves like Queen takes f3. He just doesn't do it. I think you should recommend that to him, though. You should be like, you know what would improve your show? More queen sacrifices. Queen blunders, more like. Yeah. If you had more queen blunders, then you'd be more like ChessWhiz. Which would be better, by definition. It's kind of the way to measure betterness, is how similar to ChessWhiz you are. It's a great measure because I'm always at 100%. It makes it easy to answer the question, how are you doing today? I'm like, well, duh, I'm 100% me. How are you doing? You're like 65% right now. Work harder at that. Try a different haircut, something, anything. Am I blundering here? I'm going to put my queen on f3 again. It's a very deadly place for it. And then when the knight moves, what if it moves here? Check. I'll be fine. This is a backward pawn. It can't advance without dying. I guess it could advance with dying, but not without. This is good for me. I like it when he has backward pawns. What if I take this? And then I pin the knight that comes into that space. Ooh, yeah, it's very exciting. I think that would just be pathetic. What if I play here? I've got this bishop slicing down through his position. I can always just take this. I could move my bishop here. That'd be legal. Let's erase those errors. They're kind of embarrassing me. Are they arrows or just errors? I don't even know. Last chess game of the year. That's the wrong spot for the bishop. What are you doing, crazy knight? You're forking a fork and a fork. Oh, am I going to take your rook? Am I going to fork you? It's pretty cool. All I truly gain is a trade with this bishop, but gaining a trade sounds nice. I'm ahead by 2 trades right now. I'm just kidding. Just 1 trade. The F pawn for the E pawn. That's the trade I'm winning by right now. Okay, you're giving up your rook. That's pretty strategic. I'll take it. Brilliant. He should have saved his rook. I think he must be thinking that this attack and this attack are worth it, but they're not. Because I have this move guarded by... What? Guarded by... That's going to help me. Because I already was going to have bad pawns. You're improving the pawns. That's better pawn structure than that. Okay. Brilliant, brilliant. You're like a star. A brilliant star. Don't bite your nails. Some people bite their nails. I've concluded that it's... What's happening? Someone's calling me. I've concluded that biting your nails is unavoidable for people who bite their nails. So I don't blame them. It looks like Max VMV is following me on Twitch. Angel of Speed is following me on Twitch. Beth will be here later this afternoon and can offer $25. Apparently I'm selling something on Craigslist. That's all that's happening right now. I don't know if I would take 25 though. It's a sad and sorry goodbye, you know. It's so slow. The good chess is so slow. I can barely pay attention. Is it still his turn? Oh, it's my turn. Very anticlimactic goodbye. And look at the tournament. It has almost 2 hours left. So these poor guys are really in for a ride. In fact, 8th and 9th places have both left the tournament. They're like, no, I'm almost winning and this is awful. Look at all these withdrawals at the top. You don't usually see that in a tournament. Like, I know I'm winning, but I can't stand it anymore. I have to get some sleep. It's probably what this tournament is like. I can't stand it anymore. I don't know how to untangle this, really. I'll play here, then I can play this. I think that makes sense. As you can see, I'm ahead by a rook for a bishop. And I have an extra pawn. But as you can see, I cannot convert my advantage. My rook better not get trapped here. I think it might get trapped. Where could it move? If he plays bishop f6, not there, not there, not there. Not there, not there. I have to go here. And then you could play bishop d8. I can't go there, there. There. It would be trapped then. Sad. Hope he doesn't trap my bishop. By the way, if you're just joining us, you're like 1800, that's not very good. That's not my strength. Wait, that's not my strength either. I was just 2100. What happened? So I'll give up now. The rook, that is. And then I'll play my knight up. This is stupid. I am working on this rating. It's up by 75 points over the last 10 games. Is that what that is? Does that say? I don't know. It's because it used to be really low and I don't care about it. See, look, it's this green line. Look how often I play. Look at this green line down here. I never play. Each dot is a game. So there's me saying, wait a minute, this should be 2100. So it's still working on that. Pink, however, pink line is anti-chess. This is me saying, whoa, anti-chess is better than chess. And now I'm actually better at anti-chess than anything, which is not something to be proud of. What did I just do? I took that. Now he's sitting there. Hello, Black Pawn Martyr. Thank you for joining us. Just move. I don't even care if you checkmate me twice in one move. B25270. This game is as boring as your username. If you're on YouTube right now, I would highly recommend speeding up the video with that gear thing in the corner. I mean, seriously. If you haven't already closed it by now. I'm out of water. That's how bad this game is. Did I blunder my knight? Let's find out. Just move. Okay, I blundered my knight. I was ahead by the exchange and a pawn. And now I'm just losing. Chess is awful. Move already. Thank you. How will I win this game? Protected passed pawn. Extra pawn over here. That's 2 pawns for the bishop. Oh, why didn't I take that? I assumed he was going to play rook e8, and in my mind he had played it. So he was so slow that by the time he played rook f6, my mind said, don't even look. I know he's played rook e8. Just save your queen. So I saved my queen. Did not even noticing that free pawn. Thank you, moderators. Now I'll take it. I have d5, d6, d7, d8. Oh, that's a kibitz right there. That's a strong piece of advice. Sorry about the microphone. Strong, strong. I'm planning to win this game and then not come back for a month. That's the plan. Do you want to trade? I'm actually happy to trade now. He doesn't want to trade. Too bad. I think he's going to have to trade. He's not going to like this. Not one bit. I think I'm going to win this now. Ooh, he can't go here. He can't go here. He can't go here. Yeah, what's going to happen to him? this move now, maybe? Let's see if I have any cool moves. Yeah, let's play that. Pinning the, he's gonna play here, I think. Then I'll pin his rook. He'll be so pinned. Okay. Everything pinned. Maybe just this. Take more pawns. I only have 4 pawns for the bishop. I could probably use a few more. I don't want to lose the f-pawn. 2 pawns doubled up like that are, well, it's nice to have 2 pawns, right? But having even just 1 pawn nearby means they're not isolated, which makes them a lot stronger. These 2 pawns together are so much better than just the 2 doubled isolated pawns. So I really want to keep the f-pawn. It's a very important pawn. I wouldn't want to trade this pawn for this one. Not a good trade. What in the world? That is happening. He's falling apart. He has queen h8 though. I have to get out of check. I think I can find a way. I can win this if he can't check me. But if I block, he'll be up a rook, so let's not do that. Oh, if he checks me here, he'll be up a rook that way too. But there's no increment. Or should I play up? Yeah, I can protect the rook this way now. Yeah, he should have checked me here and then picked that up. That's what he should have done. He has 10 seconds for the game. Let's go for it. Seven, 6, 5, I'm winning. 4, 3, 2, I'll pre-move this. 1. Out of time, man. You're out of time, I win. Okay, so that was stupid. I mean, we just spent 5 minutes literally looking at the chessboard waiting for him to move. Literally doing that. But he has a very winning move right here. He could just check me and then pick up this rook. It seems like a win. And even in this position, I think he still has a draw just by check, 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 check. He just keeps checking for checks and he wins a draw that way, which I'm just so glad that it ended the way it did, because it had some other ways of ending that were really stupid. Okay, I've withdrawn from the tournament. My final score was a win, a berserk win, a loss, and a berserk win. So that's 3 out of 4, 75%. Not so bad, not so shabby, not too shabby. I hope you enjoyed the show. I will see you guys in a month. This has been ChessWhiz TV. Thanks for watching.